Time to play the game!
So hi, I'm here with Nearby Nisha and Nearby Brad for an episode of a new show I'm going to call Games and Pastimes. As in past times, where me and you, Nisha, we've known each other for a long time, haven't we?
I'd say 10 years.
About 10 years now, yeah. So let's catch up as we play a game of Jenga. And I bought official Jenga. And the first thing you'll notice is, it's wider than the box. And I'm not happy about that because all the knockoff Jengas come inside a box at exactly the same size as the knockoff Jenga pieces, so you can just slide the tower straight in. The instant I put this tower back in this fucking box, it's gonna fall apart.
Disgraceful.
It is! It's super annoying. Like, have you ever played like the knockoff, assuming you play knockoff Jenga and stuff?
Well, the Jenga that I had when I was younger, it was different coloured blocks. So you had like blue, red and yellow, and you rolled a dice, and it told you which colour block to take out. Was it just me? Just me that had that.
There are so many variations on the Jenga format. Like when I was buying this earlier today with like the business card, I saw Fortnite Jenga. I was like, I could probably get away with charging Jenga to the the big wangers account. I can't buy Fortnite Jenga.
What made it Fortnite Jenga?
I don't know.
Is it just the branding?
Maybe you got to knock a tower over. Is that a Fortnite thing?
Well,
Build
your buildings.
towers,
Maybe you build it and then you take the bottom out and the whole thing falls down.
I don't know, but I saw Fortnite Jenga. I think the one we had in uni, anyway, go with the box, is a friend of mine had just a regular Jenga set and he wrote challenges on each one.
Yeah.
And just over time, more and more challenges got written on all the
I
boxes.
feel like we must have played that because that sounds very familiar.
I've done it, but with drinking. So you're right. Like some of them have shots on,
Yeah.
some have other stuff.
Yeah, I feel like I did that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things, like, it's how we really met, isn't it, all of us? So now, like, while we talk about how we met, I'm going to try and actually turn this over while we play the game. So hopefully this gimmick works for people at home. I'm going to try and do this. Wait, it's a house party. Was it you guys lived together at the time, or was it you just had house parties at yours at the time?
The house that I lived in was really good for house parties, so it's quite spacious.
I got it.
So yeah, there was a lot of house parties at mine. I think I might have actually met you at Game Society, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it might have been a mutual friend of ours, Pippa, went to those, was it?
Yeah.
Also, now the tower's upside down, which means they wanted me to somehow pull that out from underneath. Jenga! You invented this game, get fucking on it!
But yeah, I think you and Lucas were there.
Yes.
But I distinctly remember meeting you properly at one of the house parties because it's the one where you wore the orange morph suit and I fell down the stairs.
No, those things aren't related. I didn't push Nisha down the stairs.
There was just those awkward things where I was sat in the living room in pain and you didn't know me that well and you sat like on the sofa opposite, like
In a
really
morph.
awkward, like.
But yeah, just like... Dude, how many of those house parties back in the day did you just go down the stairs? I want to say there was
Not
at least...
many.
Well, I want to say it's more than one.
You do fall down the stairs a lot.
I distinctly recall it being more than once you fell down the stairs.
I probably did it more than once. I have a lot of injuries, I'm quite clumsy, but I didn't fall down the stairs that much. I may have fell down a step.
But when you use the descriptor of I didn't fall down the stairs that much, that suggests it was more than once.
I feel like there was, but I remember that one the most.
Well, Nisha, if you'd like to go first, while you continue telling me. And this is the thing, I thought it'd be a good gimmick. Plus, what I wrote the title, Games and Pastimes.
Before you reach in, what are your official rules?
There are official rules to Jenga, and have you ever... It's like when you play like beer pong or Monopoly with someone who knows the rules, and it's infuriating. Because the official rules to Jenga, people don't know, is that you can only use one hand. But most people try and build the tower as tall as they can, and the creator of Jenga themselves, like, that's stupid, why would you do that? The whole point is to win. So what you should do is every single turn you have, deliberately fuck up the tower as much as possible. Like by doing something, like when you're pulling the thing out, like rattle the tower around and put it on lopsided on the top to fuck up the other person.
I always used to get one lower down and angle the tower as
Yes.
I pulled it out.
I do exactly that tactic as well, and that's...
Well, the rule of, once you touch a block, you have to then
Yeah, I adhere to that rule, yes.
push that one out, you can't change your mind.
Unless you've been having a drink and you start doing like the finger poke to all of them, but without further ado, Nisha.
Because I used to prod to find the loosest one.
You've got like a perfect tower right here. This is official Jenga, so they should slide out smooth. It's the first time these blocks have been
Yeah,
touched.
using one hand as well.
You've got to use one hand, yes.
Right, so let's
Who
taste it.
uses two hands to play Jenga? That's like a pro, like,
I feel like I have done that.
I'd love it if it fell over.
in the
I'm
first turn.
scared,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
like,
quite
Yank, yank.
good.
and you get to see like our differing personalities here. Where it's like Nisha's gonna be really careful, and I just like, whoop. That's the thing as well. I've got no fear when I'm playing Jenga because I don't give a shit. It's Jenga. It's all good, but
Well, like I said, I'm really clumsy, so I'll probably just knock it over anyway.
well, that's like one of those very distinct memories from like when we all knew it's like not just necessarily Nisha falling down the stairs, but just the amount of misadventures like that house went on. Where like you had like a lot of building projects, didn't you, Brad? Like back in the day.
Did you?
Building project?
Yeah, didn't you build like a barbecue in your back garden for that photo was all?
Oh, in Cowlishaw, that was the one where we built one, yeah.
Yeah, you had like building projects on, and like there would be all sorts of like home projects and stuff. And you'd like brew your own alcohol and stuff for the night.
Pippa. I think that may have been Pippa.
So I just remember like whenever I came over, I'm like, wow, you guys actually like do stuff together with your housemates, and I just leave my house as quickly as possible to come hang out with other people.
I had years of uni where I barely communicated with the people I lived with, including one year where I was with 4 other guys, and they would just insist on pissing on the toilet seat every time.
Just deliberately aiming for it. Or does it just feel like that because of the amount of piss?
It looked like they tried. Like, you had to wipe the whole seat every single time you were going to sit down on it, and it was like a river.
So I think my worst housemate is just the one who never washed up, to the point where just one day I came back after Christmas and they'd still been there. And so I went to get a pan out of the sink and it rotted through. I just rusted through the bottom, and from that point on I just did all my washing in the shower. So all my plates and stuff were just in the shower.
Was this before or after the year where we wouldn't clean up?
Don't
Was
remember
this
saying.
before you lived with us?
Yeah.
It might-
Because I can understand you being annoyed about
Oh,
dirty
no.
pots if you'd had to live with that.
Oh no,
Just commit now.
I've committed.
Oh no,
Oh no, this is
it's over.
This is super. I can do it. This is the thing. As long as I just use one hand, I'm good. Oh no! There's a loose one there. Why did I go for this middle one so quick? For fuck's sake. No, it wasn't when I it was before I lived with you guys. Yes, and I had like a really rough time of it. Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm knocking out like so many.
Because the famous story that came out of the
Do I-
mess when we lived together was the bin in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, well I got so annoyed with you guys. I think I just cheated.
It's because we kept putting the recycling next to the door and the bin was outside the door.
And just people wouldn't put the bin, like our housemate, who we don't talk to anymore, would just leave their crap on the side. To the point where I got so mad after coming in from work once, I just like pulled the bin into the house and chucked everything into the bin. It's like, if you can't walk the 2 steps to the bin, it's just in the house now. And I think they went to like the group chat we had of like, why is there a bin in the front room? It's like, oh, wait a minute, I think it's popped up. Yes, I can get it from this side, excellent. I still got to use my left hand. For fuck's sake. This is so fucking, for fuck's sake. I might have fucked this up on the first bit. But like, that's the one that I think, the story I tell of like the maddest I think I've ever been in regards to cleaning, is when I, coming from work, 'cause I worked on race courses at the time, and it was fucking ball aches. All I did all day was like wipe up other people's mess and piss and like beer and stuff like that. And then I got in, and the kitchen was a fucking shit tip. And I went, I've just been cleaning all day, and my work stuff is already like an absolute fucking mess. I'm just gonna wipe down the kitchen, hoover up everything, did it all, for fuck's sake.
It's going to be a short video.
It's not. Calm down, I've still got this. I'm still working on this one, but yeah, and I got in, and I did all of that, and that housemate came in and said, oh, hi, Karl. And I remember they made toast. They put the toast on the side, buttered the toast, cut the toast in half, and all the crumbs were right there on the table, and just went... I just lost it, and I flipped the fuck out. I was so mad. This is...
Oh my God.
What are you doing?
I'm trying... I've got one here.
If this works, you sabotage me. No. There is no
Oh! And that was the same one. So anyway, yeah, that was I think the maddest I've ever been in regards to cleaning. I think though, this is why I think this is a good thing, because people are either going to be enthralled by the stories, or just watching me like, why is Karl so like ballsy when it comes to Jenga?
Trying to tell a story at the same time as doing this.
It is, but
A
like,
lot
if
of
you,
concentration.
would you remember like any bad jobs or anything like that, Nisha? Like, 'cause I know you used to work at City Hall here in Sheffield.
I think Sports Direct was the worst.
Like,
job.
what was your any bad experiences from Sports Direct that might stick out in your mind?
Pretty much every day.
What's the next week's telling
God.
stories, isn't it?
Do I have to? I've touched that one. Do I have to get it now?
You know, I think we'll put gentleman's rules. Like, if you're not confident that you can grab one,
I don't think that's good. Right.
I basically fucked it up from the first 2 seconds I touched it.
So.
Oh, that's clean.
So yeah, when I worked at Sports Direct, there was like a lot of moments where customers were horrible to me, and I was just trying to do my job. So it's quite sad. But this one guy, I remember he came in at 4 p.m. and he was drunk.
Oh,
And
classic.
I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Like drunk at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Like the Sheffield special.
And because I couldn't understand what he was saying, I was just kind of kept saying, "What? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're on about." And he just flipped on me and was like telling me how stupid I am, how I need to change my career because I'm not the brightest bulb. That's what I mean. Compare me to a light bulb and all this lot. And
Because he's drunk in Sports
I was
Direct
just
at 4
like,
p.m. on a
okay
Wednesday.
then. And I remember like I finished the transaction and he was like, "I want a bag." I was like, "Whoa, they're 5p." He like threw change at me, and I got one of them plastic bags and just went like that and just threw it at him. And then I had to get someone. I was like, "Could someone take over the till, please?" Because I was just like,
Just checking.
and I had this like queue of people watching the whole thing. And I was just like,
Yes.
horrible.
It's worth. Also, I managed to pull
Yeah.
that. Did you what? You just try to like hold off for as long as you can. 'Cause, for the context of the people watching at home, there's been like a movement recently, hasn't there? Of like people being like, "Fuck this shit job. I'm not working here anymore." Like when we were all working in retail and service, it was like a good 10 years ago, which is before that was even in someone's mind. And I often tell a lot of stories about me just like standing up to my boss and stuff like that. It's only because I wrote for a living back then, so I had the freedom to say, "Fuck this shit job." And one I was reminded of the other day is I briefly worked for the Hilton Hotel. So the Hilton Hotel, American chain, they had an American way of doing business. And it was, I remember an argument every other day of their training for their hotel standards, which is fine, but they wanted me to do that on my own time. And they wanted me to watch like 2.5 hours of footage of training of how to adhere to Hilton standards on my own time and do tests on them in my own time. And just every single day it's like, "Karl, we've seen you've not done those tests yet." It's like, well, can I come into work and do them when I'm being paid? Well, no, you've got to do it in your own time. Then I'm not doing them. And that was every single day that I had to deal with that shit. And this is the I could go for the top where there's like more space, but I feel like the bottom ones are probably like that's where the security is. But yeah, and the story I was reminded of like the other day is that they introduced a time clock. And the time clock was fucking infuriating to deal with. Because if you were like 1 second late, just 1 second late, you got docked 15 minutes. And I remember once I walked into the restaurant, through the back entrance, clocked in, I was a minute late. And I went to the front of the thing and put all my bags and stuff down. And my manager's there like, "Karl, you're late?" I went, "Yeah, I know." "So you're going to get to work?" I'm like, "Nope." And I went to the front of the queue, the till where they were, and ordered a coffee and said, "What are you doing?" So I'm not being paid. "I'd like a coffee, please." And they just stood there and stared me out. "You just do one, damn it!" They stared me out for like a good 30 seconds until they realised that I'm not fucking shifting. Also, the restaurant is open, and there were people starting to queue up behind me. I'm like, "I would like a coffee, please."
Not really much they can do about that.
Yeah,
because
and I just stood
it's
there.
their rules,
I ordered
so-
the coffee and just stared and watched them do setup for 10 minutes, and then went and put my apron on. And they very quickly changed that policy after that fact of you can post date it if you turn like a minute late. They give you like a couple of minutes leeway either side. So it was pointed out to them, well, if I'm a couple of minutes early every day, do I get paid an extra 15 minutes? Like, no, you don't. Oh, god damn it! Woo!
It's getting spicy.
It is. It's getting the spice.
There was a pronounced wobble there.
And there was a bit of wobble, but it's fine. But yeah, I remember that back in those days, just getting so pissed off every day arguing with my boss. Oh! And I guess that's the end of the story. No more story time. It ended. Oh. Well played, Nisha. Well played.